Good morning. It's Monday on Labor Day. Like I said in my video from yesterday, that had some odd jobs to do here around the house today. We are going to maybe, I'm thinking about trimming some trees down. And to give you, look at that view. That view does not get tiring. Sitting here on this porch and looking down through the little down towards the river here where we live. Over there's the shop. We have had some things going on here this summer. One big surprise we had this year is this tree. The good news is we're not going to work on that today. We've actually hired a guy to come take part of it down. Part of it fell down back in I believe it was July. And I'm going to leave that for the campfire story tonight. What happened right before we was going on vacation the day before, and a big portion of that tree fell, and hopefully that will be our first campfire story tonight. So here we are. Across the road here, we have a bunch of little trees. And the thing is, these trees are just big enough to create a lot of leaves for us. It's amazing when the biggest part of this big tree fell. And you can see, I should go ahead and show you that part, what fell. It was forked at the bottom here. And this tree measured out 42 inches. 42 inches at the base of it, what I measured. And you can see where it split. And this big tree is what's left. You might as well say they're brothers. But this tree, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but it has a bad split in it right here. And that's been a concern for my parents here on their house. It's been a concern for them that it's going to fall and hit the house. So we've had people come in, and we had a guy come in. He took a lot of weight off of it, and so we got another guy coming and looking at it, and hopefully he's going to take the tree down. So I might shoot some videos of that when I do it, in case some people are into that. But just to give you an idea how tall that this part was, when it fell, I don't know if I'm catching it just right because I'm just getting used to the camera, but you see the road, about halfway out there in the road, in that yard over there, was a garden. And when you see how the rows are that's left, the ground's kind of ruffled up there. Well, that's how far that tree fell. It was something. But anyways, we're going to try to take down a few trees today. I don't know how many. Depends on how far I get with it. It's not like a thing I got to get it all done today. But I might take some of them down. I'm going to take them down past the shop, and we're going to go down towards the river, and we're going to put them on the riverbank. So that kind of helps the bank from deteriorating. So that's what we got in store for you today. So hope you enjoy it. Let's get busy. Okay, so what we're using today, we got a Stihl 251 chainsaw. And what we'll do, we'll cut the trees down. We'll cut them down, get them on the ground, and we may cut them in two, take some limbs off, just depends on how they'll drag. And what I got one of these for the back, and then I got a 20-foot choker. So we'll take that 20-foot choker and that Clovis, wrap it around, bring it back, put back the Clovis, tighten it up, and we'll drag it down. So that's what we got. So we're gonna get ready to cut one of these bad boys down and show you how to do it if you need to do it around the house. Before I get started though, I want to cover something here about cutting a tree. Now, I'm not saying I'm a professional tree cutter, but common sense has got to set in sometimes. Now, whichever tree is leaning is probably going to be pretty well the way that tree's going to fall. So this tree right here, the very first one, it's got the vines on it. If I cut that, it's leaning like it's going to fall out here in the yard. But the thing about it is, you got to look up too. Up there, they could be a limb. They could be a limb that's in behind another one. And when it starts to fall, it can roll it and come back towards you. The main thing is don't be downhill when you're cutting a tree, whichever way you think it's going to fall. Now what I normally do when I'm going to cut one, I'll call what's notching it. All right. So I'll cut a V out of it. All right. Then get behind here and start cutting downward on to that notch. And I don't know if I got my hands good, but it'll be like a notch. And I'll cut down to the notch. And what that does is where that notch is gone, it's going to secure that it's going to fall that way. Now, I might be wrong. I'm sure there's guys out there that's professionals saying, well, I wouldn't cut it like that. But that's just the way I've known to cut it. And like I said, I'm not a professional at it, but I've been around a lot of firewood cutting. So, but what we're going to do, we're going to get ready to cut this tree. We got her down, and we got her cut it up. I got it cut here in looks like about a 18-foot log, small one. It's a small tree, and I got another section cut, and hopefully I can drag that whole tree top. So hopefully about 4 or 5 pulls of over the hill, and this one will be down. Now what I'm going to do one tree at a time, all right? Instead of cutting them all down, having a big pile here, because you get them trees on top of each other, branches tangle together, makes a harder job. So we'll start cleaning this up, we'll get another one. All right, this is what I got here. Got my choker on here, got it looped. Going back to the tractor. see how she pulls. Which it should do it pretty good. It's on the river, this one. One good thing about a tractor, it takes a lot of lifting out of the equation. By far, it's the best investment that my dad ever made, getting a tractor. Take you on the journey down the riverbank. You go down here past my neighbors and kind of help take care of her property for her. We mow her grass and anything she needs done around her place, and they kind of give us access. There's like a road here beside her place that goes down the riverbank. A long time ago, back in the late 70s and the 80s, this river that we live on had a lot of coal in it. This lady's dad, including some other neighbors of ours back in the day, which they've all passed on now, but they used to have John boats, and they would get the coal out of the river. So a lot of work went into what we now flip on a button and we've got heat. They had potbelly stoves in their basements, and the coal, I mean, it's amazing the heat that they had. So, you know, today's a lot easier, a lot less work. We just flip a button on, but our ancestors and our people that come before us, even my generation, they had a little bit rough, a little bit of work to do. So this is what we got going on. These holes develop on the edge of the bank. When we do a project like this, we dump stuff in them. So that's what I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to have to get off for a moment and undo this and get that top in there. Alright, got the main part over the hill, the main trunk. I got one more section of it here. Got one more section of it to get. We're going to put this choker on here. Going to wrap it through. Pull it around. Bring another part of the choker. Keep pulling it. We'll take this. Get some stuff in the way here. Ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't got, I need two hands. only thing I got left here on this tree is mostly the tree top, the branches and stuff. And what you do, you pile them up, just like what we've done here, and you take that choker, just take it through a bunch of them limbs and winch it through the eye, pull it up, hook it to the tractor. Let's see how she pulls here for us. Looks like we got them all. I'm gonna put this tractor in high gear. That way it don't take me to the next full moon to get them over there. We got a couple back there that's come off, but we got the majority of it. The boss just showed up. He's been up to his church working on some doors, and he just instructed me that the tree duty just got a little bit more. So what I've done here is going to be just a repeat process, and I'll come back here at the end of the video and I'll show you what we've done, what we cleaned up, and where we took it to. So I'll come back in a little bit and wrap this up, but pretty much what I just showed you, just a repeat process. So we'll see you in a little bit.
We're here with the video editing staff, and I just want you to look at that stud down there, cutting them tree limbs off. I cut that tree down, and I missed it.
Well, we got everything cleaned up, and I kind of show you here what we did. There was a tree, as you see on that, right where that stump is in behind that base on the right side there. There's a tree, old buckeye tree. That's what we was working on, as you seen down in the holler here. We trimmed two big limbs out of the top of that, one at the V there. I tried to talk my dad in to cut that down, but he outranks me a little bit. And then over there, we cut down where I started at this morning. I think there's 4 little trees right there. So we've been busy here all afternoon. I think it's about 4 o'clock, and so it took about 4 hours to do all this, and got the tractor put up. And I'm going to get ready to head up to the deer feeders. I'm going to put some corn out. I'm going to make a video on that. It might get on there or not too. And we're going to cook some pork chops. So on the grill, I'm going to show people how to do that. So you might want to tune in on that. Don't forget about the campfire story after a while. And later this evening, like I said, we're going to share the story about this big tree. And you guys get to meet my wife. She's going to join me on that. I'm going to introduce her to the channel tonight. And so just another day in Glen Hayes' backyard. So I appreciate everybody that might be viewing it. And don't forget to like and subscribe to it. And, like I said, this is a channel that we're starting just about everyday people and what we go through every day. So just enjoy your Labor Day weekend, what's left of it. And it's a beautiful day here in West Virginia. There's no rain in the forecast all week. And like I said, later in the week, we're going to have the camping trip. They'll be on here. Might introduce you to some of our friends if they want to show their face on the channel. But we'll definitely be there. So just stay tuned and keep watching. We appreciate you guys. See ya. Bye.